The Impaler wants to meet with Joey. What? Yeah. Hey, hey, what's up, my Beyond the Gates people? Happy Friday. Just wanted to talk about Beyond the Gates episode today, Friday's episode, cliffhanger with Joey getting a call from somebody saying that the Impaler wanted to meet with him. What? Because I was having my suspicions. I was like, well, then who's the Impaler? I was like, Joey, it seemed very Joey thingy. But then I was like, that's kind of predictable. But then I was like, I don't know. We'll just wait and see. But today we know that Joey's not the Impaler, unless he has a split personality. But then again, that's kind of weird. Anyways, this is so pop for you. You can't really rule anything out when it comes to soap opera. So now we know that Joey's not the Impaler. Who could the Impaler be? Is it somebody that we know, somebody we've seen before? I know some people have said that they thought that it could be Kyle, and I'm like, no, I like Kyle. But that'd be interesting. Greg Vaughn playing a bad guy. Uh, he's so beautiful though. I don't know. But it was good seeing him twice this week. I think it was back to back episodes too, if I'm not mistaken. Um, yeah, try to keep notes on what episodes everybody was on. And yeah, back to back episodes. 27th and yesterday. So yeah, we got two back to back episodes of Kyle and Nicole, but didn't get to see him hook up. But I am afraid now that it could definitely be Kyle. But that was he's so beautiful. Yeah, and I really like him with Nicole, but if he's been paler, then he's probably gonna end up getting arrested or possibly killed. But I'm glad that they didn't just like drop the whole impaler thingy and just move on from everything. But I don't consider this still the same. Because I was trying to think, would you consider this still the same storyline? Because the Impaler hasn't been revealed yet, but the undercover work and everything is out in the open now. Or do you think this is like kind of like a part two to the story? I always wondering that because it feels like so much build up and then the big explosion, but then there's still a little part that hasn't been completely resolved. So you're like, is that still part of the storyline, or do you consider that like a part two, or is that like its own separate storyline? Let me know. What do you think? But I think that's really interesting. So, who could it be? I'm gonna have to think that over and maybe do a video of my suspicions. But then again, I'm like, well, why do I feel like we might just see the person next week? I don't know. I might not have many suspects before we get to see next week. But when they were showing the previews for next week, it didn't, even hint that Joey might be actually meeting with the person. But I don't know. But we shall see with that. But Joey's innocent. I don't know. I guess guilty with association kind of because he knows who it is and knows what the person is doing and sort of kind of helping them because I'm guessing that warehouse is um I guess it's not Joey's because then he would have already got in trouble. But I guess he just like is supposed to be watching over it for the Impaler. I'm assuming because he asked Rainey to go down there to look at the warehouse, so that makes me wonder. And yeah, that's what I wondered. Did they ever look into who owns the warehouse? It's probably a shell corporation or something. I don't know, or maybe it's under Leah's name or something. I don't know, but I really like Jacob's scenes with Naomi today. Naomi just feeling bad, thinking that she's glad that it's over. She got her husband back, but Derek's dead, and there's still a lot of unanswered questions, and she was just like afraid that she was going to like blow it all up. So that a good reason to want to have that be over. And then Jacob is upset because his friend died protecting him. And in my video yesterday, I was trying to figure out, I was like, how did Derek get in there when all the cops and stuff were out there? I totally forgot that um there, I guess he knocked on the door or something, and Jacob just told him to hide because he was talking about that today with them. And it's like, oh yeah, that's right, that's how he got in. And I was like, I'm trying to figure out how he got in there, but yeah, it's like sucks. It's like, just imagine, like, I've never had that where somebody is like, your life is in danger and someone saves you and then they die or they get like seriously hurt and stuff. I was like, I don't know what I would feel extremely bad because I'm like, you didn't need to do that. I'm good. I'm not really be sad if today was my last day or something. So that would really suck, and I wouldn't want that weighing on me anyways. I got enough stuff that stresses me out and weighs me down. I don't need to know that somebody lost their life because of me. You know, whether I put myself in that situation or it's just a situation that just came up and it's just like whatever spur of the moment decision to just jump in front of a bullet. Yeah, I don't know. But I definitely want definitely go back and rewatch those scenes. I wouldn't complain to have to watch those scenes over again. It's research. Those are some of the best scenes that I've seen on Beyond the Gates in a while. Definitely. Like all last week, definitely killed it with that. But yeah, I just hope that one day that they are able to fully explain everything to um oh lordy, Derek's dad. I still didn't look up his name. It's like it's in the back of my head. But explain to him what really happened and stuff, but I don't think that would really matter. But anyways, he doesn't want to do a funeral. He didn't want to do a funeral in Falcon Crest? That's what I'm thinking. What is there? Faircrest, Faircrest. What? I don't know why I call it Falcon Crest. That's another show, or that's a neighborhood in my town somewhere around here. There's a Falcon Crest. I don't know. Google is my friend one day. Later. Anyways, but I didn't talk about that in my video yesterday about the memorial that I guess it's not technically a memorial. I guess yeah, for Derek that they did at Derek's oh lordy, I cannot think of the name of that place. Really nice place. Everybody was there just talking to Derek, talking about Derek and stuff, and they had like the whole collage with all the pictures of him. And it's just like makes me want really sad because when you see somebody's face, you just like want to cry. I'm like, Tori, it's the character is dead. The actor is still very much alive, but it just everybody crying, and then they had the sad music playing, and why did they take him? I know I'm very dramatic. It's just me years of watching soap operas and having too many hormones. Anyways, but I thought that everybody talking and stuff that was so sweet, and then they what they did at the end where they had the call in that Derek Baldwin he was on his last call and now he was signing off. I'm like, no, that is making this even worse. Just pulling all your all the strings you could possibly pull um for any given situation, especially something like that. So yeah, I actually kind of miss Derek. He was so annoying for so long, but then, in the last couple of months or so, while he's away from Ashley for the most part and just like getting in Leslie's face and working with Eva and stuff, he just became really interesting. It was like the last time he was really like that was where he was with Shanice. I really liked him and Shanice together, but they decided to be friends. Yeah, I guess that's a good thing. You shouldn't date your employee's boyfriend, ex boyfriend. Yeah, that's drama. But that's good drama for a soap opera. I wouldn't recommend it in real life, but whatever. Orphe Jeans. That's where it was. Wasn't that where it was? And I was like, because it was from like a different angle, so maybe like trying to figure out if that's where it was. I don't know. Um, yeah, because the way that they had. Anyways, what else to talk about? Speaking of Leslie, she's trying to make friends with Haley again. It's like every like month or so. It's like It seems like Leslie is trying to get close to Haley, and I'm like, that's just going to be a hot mess friendship right there. And I was like, are they gonna go there? And then we don't see a scene for like forever, and then it goes back there. So I'm trying to figure out what are they trying to do here. I mean, it's possible maybe Haley will get in the jam and actually go to Leslie for help. I mean, she is still trying to kill her husband, and Randy. She was all worried with Randy about him getting in trouble and not being able to give her the meds and stuff. And well, Leslie, she was very good with getting away with running Laura off the road, which I thought they were going to revisit. They sound like they're revisiting that and maybe, actually, charge Leslie, but they did that whole investigation and dropped the ball, and then just a few months ago they were talking about it, but then still nothing, never even got arrested, I mean, Cat messed with all the evidence, but I still could have at least arrested her and stuff like that. But I need Bill to stop being an idiot and open his eyes to his child bride. Oh lordy, but it's yeah, like I know I've said this a lot in my monthly reviews that I do. Um, it just really I just poked myself in the eye. Something I don't know what that was. But, this has been going on long enough. It's time for Haley to get exposed. But, um they talked about it this week, and then Bill, his hands were shaking again when he was talking to Joey. Because Joey's trying to get him to be his lawyer to, make him look good because of the whole plasma ring at the free clinic. And he's like, your hands are shaking. I've never, what do you say, never gotten that reaction for somebody, or or had somebody react like that, something along those lines. But it needs to come out. And as far as I know, nobody has picked up on anything yet. You know, yeah, because it makes me wonder if they're ever going to, I know, I just like totally just thought of it. Well, it's still connected with Bill Lynette because they were talking about her like, did somebody have her killed or is she still alive somewhere? But I don't know. I wonder. I don't know. It'd be interesting if they just like find her body somewhere, and it's like, because like every soap, somebody always finds a body somewhere, like laying in a up a river or something. But I don't know. But as far as I heard, Joey hasn't. He hasn't picked up on the whole Lynette stuff. Well, he had his suspicions, but nothing like official about Lynette, and then also about he doesn't know about Haley trying to kill Bill and what Randy is giving Haley the drugs. Or does he know and he just hasn't told Bill yet? I don't know. We shall see. But I did think it was hella funny. I'm guessing Anita's feeling really, really well. And her and Ferdinand we're about to get it on in the living room because they don't have 20,000 other rooms. And then Kat walks in and she's like hiding her face with her purse. She's like, I'm just going to back out. Lordy. And then Anita was damn near top off when Marty just bust in and stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah, and Anita's like, oh well no, I'm just gonna go upstairs and wait for you, and Vern it's like Marty. Oh no, Marty doesn't need to stay. He can talk to me later, right, Marty? I was like, Lordy, because some other characters and stuff, if that happens to them, they're like, okay, we'll sit down, we'll talk. I'm like, no, Vernon was like, get the hell out of here. I'm trying to get with your grandma. It's been a while. Marty's like, I can take a hit. I'm like, oh my god, that's why you don't show the people's, but well, You don't show up at somebody's house without letting them know that you're coming. Like me, I like never go over to my mom's house and without calling first. And I'm like, like, hey, are you home? I'm in the area. Or, hey, can I come? I found something or other, or whatever reason. We've talked before, and I'm like, I got whatever or whatever. Basically, just there's some reason for me to go to my mother's house for something. I will call her first. I will not just go over there. She is a married woman, and who her own child is a dog. The only child she still has living with her is a dog. But I don't need to see that. It's bad enough I already know that she's had sex at least 3 times. That I don't want to say that. My father either. Oof. Lord himself. No wonder Marty and Cat still lives there, but she lives in one of the guest houses or whatever, right? But still, I don't know. But they had to go and drink, so I don't blame them. Speaking of a drink, sounds really good. I haven't had a drink in a while, but I got booze here, so I can make myself a drink or just drink. I got some wine. Oh lordy, I don't. But listen, what could I drink tonight? Anyways, yeah, so they were at the bar with Chelsea, and they were just going over, talking about that, and then going over about the whole um undercover work that Jacob did, and Smitty was writing the article and stuff. So, that's pretty much all that happened today. That was good, just but I know it's kind of weird, but I'm very curious. What did Vernon get Anita from from that lingerie place? They're talking about they're keeping them in business basically, and I'm like, oh my gosh. But they brought it up, so I want to know. Anyways, I'm gonna shut up. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments below who do you think is the impaler, and what do you think that Anita will be wearing? Let me know in the comments below, and if you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe for more Beyond the Gates videos. I also watch the other 4 soaps, and so check those videos out as well if you watch those also. Or if you just like me and just want to watch it even though you know nothing's going on with the show. Anyways, and tomorrow I will be posting my soaps rankings video. I do it at the end of every month. I rank the soaps from worst to best and give my reasons why I put them in that position. Just like a short review of the month. I'm gonna try to do it shorter than I've been doing the last couple of months. But where do you think Beyond the Gates deserves to be ranked? I don't know. And where would I rank it? Will we agree? I don't know. Check it out tomorrow. Try to get that up there by tomorrow afternoon. Um, and that's all I have to say. I'm gonna shut up. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it as always. Enjoy your weekend. Love you guys. Bye.